We're going to paint this Smoky study here in this little country road. Stay tuned. Well, let's get to it right now. Welcome to the studio. Well, I was out for a drive here today doing some errands, and it's smoky all around us because of forest fires and that. So nice day to be in the studio. So welcome. This scene is just on the way doing our errands, and a little bit of a side road here as I was a passenger in a car driving down the highway and took this photo. So anyways, it's going to be more of a study than anything, and I just wanted to show you how to create depth by using different techniques to convey this smoky scene. It could be smoke, fog, whatever, kind of looks the same as this. And let's just get right into it here. So the first thing I'm going to do is the background sky. It's basically kind of grayish, but it does have a little bit of a kind of a purple tinge to it, purple hue. And so I'm just going to mix up a little bit of red with a little bit of cobalt blue, nothing, and all I want to do is just change the color of the paper here. And so I'm going to come down here, and that's it. There's no clouds really visible, it's just all smoky background here, and I'm going to go a little bit grayer as I get lower here, just to give you that smoky effect, and I'll just take that all the way down. And so that's about the most simple background you can possibly do. So I've just toned it down a little bit, and I can go over it with or go over with another layer if I do want it darker later. And that's about it. And I'm going to take this down, just going to add a little water, a little color, take that down the road here. And yeah, that's about it. That's about all I'm going to do there. So I just drew this out, and just it's partially from imagination, partially from this photo. As you can see, I didn't stay true to the the turn off and whatnot, but I kind of put a little bit of a field in here. So we're gonna have to really be careful we don't put a lot of color in the background. The colors are subdued, they're smoky, and then up here you can tell this tree is kind of vibrant. So I stuck a tree in here, and then that'll really bring the foreground forward and push the background back. Just the contrast and the beautiful colors in this tree, and then compared to the grayed out kind of milky look to the background there. And the road, I'm not going to touch the road until the very end, and that will make sure that I get the contrast that I want with the road there. So let's just get some background going here. We've got a little bit of a row of kind of trees back here, so I'm going to just lightly put them in. Remembering that watercolor dries lighter than what you put it in when you first drop it into your painting. That's what I'm trying to say. And so I'm not going to put a lot of color in it, but I am going to put some in there like that. And I'm going to come around with a little piece of paper towel, and I'm going to clean this road up here, and that's going to dry the paper, as you've seen in other videos, and that's about it there. Now I want that a little bit more blue, so I'm going to go over that layer again, little neutral gray and a little bit of a blue in there. There we go. Now we're getting more of the color that I wanted for the background there, a little bit more blue. And that'll gray everything off there, and try to stay over this road a little bit there. Like that. Just a hint of trees in the background, and that's it. That's about it there. There are some back in here too. I was thinking of making this tree big so it covers this little gap here. So basically if I do that, it'll bring your eye back to the road. So that's what I'm going to do into there. So I'm just going to use... That's a little bit warmer color. I've just got some mixed stuff in the palette here. I'm going to add a little bit of blue to this green that I've mixed up. Try to get that tone right here for this tree here while it's still wet. And we'll let this tree kind of paint itself right in here. Paint over my little pencil mark there. I don't mind seeing pencil marks in the painting, but some people do, and so we'll just paint a tree here. This will be it's a fairly simple painting or study. It'll be very quick to do. You see I'm moving that paint was coming down. Yeah, I'm going to take it down over the road and I'm going to let it drop down, same as that little branch right there. And I'll let that paint itself. We'll see how far it goes here. I'm going to put the brakes on it a little bit by drawing that paper up there and like that. And there's kind of a hint of a building back here, and so I'm just going to cut around it like that. And I'm going to go a little darker as we get closer into this area into here, and that'll create more depth as well. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that building, because I can't see a hint of a roof there, but I don't really see a building at all. So I'm just going to cut around this roof line that I put in here and make some darks in there. We want to remember we want some good contrast from this front tree here, so that's okay. I'm just going to run that down. And I should probably work on this field here. We've got a little bit of a darker row of trees here that I'll put in. This first wash has got to be one of my favorite things to do in the first wash. It's just the transformation from white paper to a little bit of color. It's just starting your painting off. Just like that there. That's looking good there. I can darken that a little bit more. I'm just going to use a little bit of gray to do it. It's already got the green hue. I don't want to go too strong, but I want to make sure that I get some contrast between the background, the road, and this field here. So you notice this is coming down here, so I don't want that to come down. So I'm going to take the paper towel and we're going to run that right across, and as I'm picking up that pigment that's pooling, sorry you couldn't really see that very well, but I picked up the pigment that was pooling at the bottom here, and I've just got a dry brush here now. And that's about it there. So I've got the tonal difference that you can see here, and that's worked out well. I'm going to pick that up off the road, which I knew it would do because we already wet all this. And now we got to go in with a weak background in this field. So I'm just going to lay down this bead here for now. And again, I want it weak. I don't want it strong because we're pushing this back into there like that, and we all kind of want that gray in there. I'm going to go ahead and fill in these little spots here because the transition is blurred because it's smoky, and we're going to pick some of that up with some just clean water on the brush, and I'm going to help this run down with just more clean water on the brush, and that's going to soften that just nicely there. And then as we go with this ditch area here as kind of a just a light tan kind of color. I'm going to add a little color, but I'm going to come from this direction because they're closer color, more definition, and just like that. So that back there is looking good now. I might even add a little more water. I'm just going to brighten that up right on that line right there, just below those trees, just like that. And as we work down, I'm going to add more color to this. Just a little bit. And you want to blend it a little bit. I don't need any highlights. And then go a little bit stronger with color. I'm just picking up some used color, just unused color from my palette. Like that. And then you see that's a little bit harsh of a transition, but what I'm going to do is just see if I can get a little bit up into here, and that'll blend it a little bit too much, and then come back in here. Then as this dries, go a little bit higher, a little more blending there, just like that. And then we want to go a little darker again as we get closer. And we're running a bead there, and I'm going to change the color of it. It's a little bit brighter. A little bit more color, and I'm going to run that down like that there. Add a little bit more again. Into here. There, and then I'm going to try to dry off some of this a little bit. Get these lines going in here. Get those rows going in there. Like that. And I'm going to cover up these little sparkles. I don't need sparkles right now. So that's about it there. And then this ditch area, I'm going to see what I can do about creating a little shadow in here. Just like that. There and into there. Being careful again, this is all kind of milky over here in the smoke, right? And you can see the effect that we're getting in that tree is really nice. And then so over here, before this dries anymore, I'm going to darken that some more. I've got some darker greens. This might be a little bit strong. I'm going to test it by just putting it in the palette here and see what color I get. I'm going to put a little bit more green in here. A little bit more definition as we get closer. Like that, and I do like it on that roof line, go dark above that, right there, and it's dissipating there. And I've got some sap green here, which is just a nice color, and I'm just going to put that tree in, that nice bright tree, right in there like that. I know it's not a spruce tree, but that's what I put it in, so. Put in whatever kind of tree you want there. And then you can decide if it's high enough or whatever. I'm just going to bring it up here just a little bit more and hints of it. And so you notice how bright this tree is. It really brings it forward. And then now I've got this smoky ditch here area. I'm just going to put a little bit of burgundy yellow ochre. A little bit of this neutral gray, and to see what kind of color we get. We just all we got to do is add water if that's going to be too bright to thin it out, and also you can add a little blue just to push it back a little bit like that there. And blend a little bit, and let that come in to that area there, and then you can darken this. The closer you get, the more color you're going to see. So I'm going to go right under this tree here for now, and let's see what happens. And listen, to match that up, this needs a little companion over here, so let's just give it a little bit of a blue, and that's looking good right there. The end of this road here, I'm just going to bring that down. I just got a damp brush, that's it, and I'm just using the pigment that's there. And into this tree, I'm just going to pick some pigment up, just like we got some smoky background here. And I'm going to give this tree a little bit more definition as we get closer here, not the background, the foreground here. And then we can go darker in the bottom, just like that there. So that's about it there. So I'm going to stand back here and have a look at this, see how it's going, and we'll let this dry a little bit and continue. Alright, so for these, so I'm going to do a little bit more lead-in lines and rows here. So this is about drying up, so I can just put in just some little lines in here like that. And it just adds a little bit of detail. Like that, just there. So the next thing we're going to do is go and look at this building here. I might abandon the little, roofline building idea altogether because I'm not sure if it's going to help or hinder. So let's just, I'm just going to paint in. I'm going to leave a little highlight there. Just paint that in there. And drop that down. And how about some surprising color? We're just going to make that, no, I'm not going to do that. I was going to make that blue, but I've changed my mind here as I'm just looking at this here. I'm thinking of what's going to look good if in a contrasting color here. like that. Just gonna bring that down, maybe a little hint of it there. We got a window frame to deal with here that I just drew in with a pencil in there. So just a hint that you got something back in here like that, and then I'm gonna go quite dark in the soffit area here. And I'm just gonna blend that in just like that. Throw some blue in this window area here right away. And that's about it, just like that there. Now, this green tree here, I'm gonna get a little bit more sap green and blend that in just like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is deal with this road. This road doesn't need to be that bright, and I left it to the end just because I wanted to see the contrast here, and it really helps out. And you have a look at that. Well, what color really? It looks like a bit of a warm color, just from the brown haze of the smoke. And so I do want it a little bit blue back at the back end of it, so I'm going to leave this brightness here, but I'm going to change the tone of it a little bit back here to a little bit more blue. I want to pick that up there a little bit just with some clean water, and like that there. And then the closer in we get, I know that it's really not blue in real life, this road, so I'm just looking at it, you know, a little bit of neutral gray here, and I'm just gonna put that in, but I'm not gonna fill in everything on this road. I'm just gonna do that. And I put a little bit of red. Red is really powerful. You gotta be careful with it when you drop it in here. I'm gonna just throw it in just like that, just to give that road some interest here, like that there. And then I want to darken the transition here between the ditch and the road, and I'm going to start with a little bit of this green gold, and while it's still wet behind here, I'm just going to change the tone of that. Then a bit there. So we want more color as we go closer, grays, blues as we go further away, and that's going to create our depth. If you got extra pigment, you can just run it off the page here like that, and that's about it. So that's about it for the study that I wanted to do. The pencil lines are fine just in there, and we've achieved what we really wanted to do. We want to create depth, we want to create a smoky atmosphere. I can go a little darker. I can run, when this is dry, I could put another wash in the sky and take care of that. And we can go in here and put, put some more darks in this ditch here while it's still wet, just to create a little bit more of a drop-off look to it there. But make sure you can blend that in. You can use some water. Give yourself a little more texture in the field there. And you can go even darker here in this foreground below this tree if you want, like that. Get rid of the little highlights and that sort of thing. I've left this window frame kind of light color just so it shows up. I can put a little bit more blue just to make that read like a window a little bit more, and that's about all you really need to do there. Well, thanks for watching the short little tutorial and study, and have fun with it. It's just it's a nice day inside here away from the smoke to play around with a smoky painting. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.